challenge?
It'll be like the one we played in it when we had North Carolina here. It'll be the same kind of environment. They've got great fans, and they're going to be all over it. And they've got a team that's doing well, undefeated, and it should be a festive crowd, I would say.
Cal, what kind of challenge is it for Marcus, not only because they're going to be on him a little harder, I would think, but just to run a team in that kind of environment?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough challenge. You know, you don't want to get in the back and forth. All right, he scored on me, now I'm scoring on him. Can't do that, not in these kind of games. And it's all going to be new to him. It's his first time in that building. It's first time on the true road game. It's going to be hard.
Crean talked about, you know, just raw athleticism, length, that they can't match you guys, but, you know, they're going to have to get the open looks outside, and that they've got guys that can knock them down. How much of an equalizer can that be, the way they shoot the ball?
Well, I think first of all, they'll go at Cody. They're going to run any kind of power game they can to see exactly if we can guard them inside. The good news is for them, if we do anything leaving men, all their perimeter men shoot the ball well. So it's going to be a tough challenge on what we do. But they're good. I mean, they've got good guard play. They've got good post play. They got Watford as a 6'9" swing forward who's a 3 forward, playing a 4 for them, which is what I like 4s to be, 3s. And they come off the bench with some toughness. They're good. They're a really good team.
It seems like they have a lot of confidence going into this year, you guys coming in there. Is that warranted? Or
oh, yeah. Yeah, they're 8-0. They went on the road and won a game at NC State. NC State is playing much better. NC State had them down, and they didn't go. They were down 7 with 7 minutes to go, and they came back and won by 11. Think about the fight that they have in them. So they're well coached. Tommy does a great job. They'll have a great game plan. Anytime I've coached against Tom, you got to be ready, because he'll, you know, throw some junk defenses. You better be ready for a triangle and 2. You may throw a box and 1. They'll throw some zone. One year we went up there, they hadn't played any zone until we went in town. They played all zone. They may sag. They may not play our point guard. They may trap off our point guard. You got to be ready for all kind of things, because he'll throw some stuff at you. He's a terrific coach.
How much do you maybe appreciate that even though you're #1 team, you still got national folks picking IU, picking against you, and that your kids hear that?
Well, again, we haven't been on the road yet. We're a young team, 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores. It's an easy pick. I mean, all right, they're going to lose on the road. They're a young team. You know, I mean, it's funny that, you know, we've won and you know, we get less votes the next week after we win against North Carolina. I don't know if that's people's hope or their opinion, you know, on that stuff. So all we got to do is try to, you know, play a good ball game. It's going to be hard. You know, we know it's hard. I'm trying to explain to them how you have to play to win on the road. But me saying it and them doing it are going to be 2 different things.
How good prep is this for the SEC road when every game is an Armageddon? Yeah,
it's good. It's what else it does is, I told them, this is a learning opportunity for us. Last year we were not good on the road. We just weren't. We beat South Carolina on the road, but they had struggled. But everybody else on the road, we couldn't beat anybody. And so this shows us where we are. Now, it's not like you have to go win the game, but you want to know where are we, because we have some time. We have a month to get it right before we start playing league games on the road.
Do you do anything different to prepare your players for this road game, as far as the loud, the crowd, the atmosphere, anything? I heard the loud music in the weight room.
That's them. When I walk in, I turn the music off. No, we approach every game as though it's the same. There's not one game on our schedule that's dealt with in any other fashion. We know it's a hard game. Our players know. I don't have to tell them. But we're approaching it. They'll know that this is just important as our next game. I don't even know who that is. But whoever that is, we'll deal with it the same way.
Cal, because Teague is going home, do you have a special conversation because you know he's going to take more garbage than anybody?
No, well, I'll talk a little bit when we get up there. We haven't discussed it yet. I just asked him. We got a lot of family coming. He said, yeah. He said, the guys give you their tickets? He said, yeah, it's a good thing. That's the conversation we've had.
Do you think confidence is really going to be an issue on the road with this, young team?
Could be.
Do you think that if something goes wrong, will it get in their minds and kind of mess them up?
That's why you do these games. You find out if that's the case. so I obviously won't know how they'll react. But you got to get on the road. You got to get on a team against a team that's going to be well coached and going to come at you different angles, try to confuse you, do different things, and let's see how we respond.
Can you talk a little bit about sort of your comments, I guess, today to Dan Patrick? That I think you said to him that you asked Joe B. Hall what would be a good run here, a long run, and he said 10 years, and you might not be. You said you might not be able to make it that long.
I said, "How long is a long run, Coach?" He went, 10 years. Is what he said to me. And it's, this is one of those ones where as long as I'm having a ball coaching, that means my kids will have fun. And if I'm not having a ball doing this, I just won't do it. And I'll pass it on to the next guy and say, "You'll do great. It's a great thing. I'm telling you, you'll love it."
You said you weren't sure you could go 10 years. Is this a?
I'd like to live a life after I'm done coaching. I'd like to be alive and happy. And I said it. What I don't want to be is just a bitter old coach. I just don't want to be that. And I just don't want to be that. I want to be a guy that had a good run, took care of a lot of kids, a staff that all got jobs. Everybody benefited by us coming together. And my wife and I look back and said, "Hey, we done good. We treated people right." And if that's the case, and if it's, I'd be surprised if I'd be here longer than 10 years. The great thing about all you is you'll hold me accountable. "Okay, Coach, it's your 11th year. You said you'd be done. Does this mean you leave? What are you telling recruit?" I can just hear it. But I'm just, I'm having fun at what I'm doing. This is an unbelievable. It took me 20 years to get here, so I'm not like so quick to leave a place like this. Other guys have had these jobs for 15, 20 years. It took me 20 to get a job like this. So I'm not in a hurry to leave, but it's the same sense. When it's time, I think we'll all know.
Have you ever talked to Joe about why he left at a relatively young age? Was that part of the conversation you had?
No, we had dinner the other night. He's just, here's a guy that when he took the job, his salary was $22,000 when he first took the job. And probably even his last year, after going to Final Fours and winning a national title, but you know what? He still comes in this gym, watches us practice, and wants to help me coach my team, and wants us to be better, and loves the state, he said, "Coach, the reason I never left, I was from here. And 8 or 9, 10 years in, I probably should have said, "Hey man, it's time to go somewhere." But you know what? He just loves the state, he loves the university, and came in talking to me about some issues bigger than just my team the other day, and it was all based on this school and this state. I mean, he's a special guy.